Chapter 1. There was a clock ticking somewhere. A slow, steady tick-tock that filled the silence after Eli's words. I think I just lost you. I sat on the edge of the bed, heart racing, mind spiraling, stomach very much present. And apparently full of baby. What kind of nap ended with a fetus? Eli didn't come closer. He just stood there like I was a skittish animal about to run out the window. Honestly, that wasn't off the table. I think you need to tell me what's going on, I said slowly, trying to sound calm and not like I was 2 seconds from screaming into a pillow. Start from the beginning. And don't call me babe. He flinched a little. Okay. He grabbed a chair from the corner and sat in front of me like I was being interrogated. Only instead of a bright light, there was sunshine pouring through soft beige curtains. Not my curtains. Not my apartment. You don't remember me at all? He asked. Nope. Not even a little? Do you want me to lie? He gave a dry laugh. Kind of. I blinked at him, waiting for sense to return. It didn't. Instead, he rubbed the back of his neck, clearly struggling. I'm Eli Carter. We've been married for 1.5 years. You're 7 months pregnant. With our baby. And this is our apartment. I stared at him. I'm sorry, what? I don't know how else to say it. You fell asleep last night watching true crime, like always, and now you're acting like I'm a stranger. I don't watch true crime. Yes, you do. You love it. You yell at the screen and call the killers idiots. It's kind of your thing. I narrowed my eyes. Okay, so maybe that does sound like me. Eli gave a hopeful smile, but that doesn't explain how I woke up 2 years in the future with a husband and a pregnancy I don't remember signing up for. His smile vanished again. 2 years. Yeah. Last I checked, it was 2023. I had a job interview next week. My mom was on her 5th engagement. My fridge had exactly 1 yogurt cup in it. Eli slowly reached for his phone, turned it around, and showed me the screen. April 1st, 2025. April Fool's Day. Either this was the most elaborate prank in the history of ever, or I had skipped 2 entire years of my life. Okay, I whispered. I'm either in a coma dream, or someone rewrote my timeline while I was napping. Eli leaned forward, his expression soft but intense. Ava, you're here. This is real. I don't know what's going on, but I know you. And I love you. Whatever this is, we'll figure it out. I stared at him, at his warm brown eyes and the gentle slope of his shoulders, at the man who claimed to be mine, and all I could think was, I married a stranger. I'm having his baby, and I don't even know what I had for dinner 2 nights ago. Chapter 2. I didn't cry, but I wanted to. My eyes wanted to. They were brimming, threatening to leak at any second, but my pride said, not in front of the hot man who says he's your husband. So I didn't cry. I panicked silently. Eli, my supposed husband, was now making tea. Chamomile. Like that would fix memory loss, time travel, and sudden pregnancy. I was parked on the couch like a confused potato, wrapped in a plush throw blanket, holding a pillow against my belly like it would help me think. Okay, I said, mostly to myself. Let's assume this is real. I've lost 2 years of my life. I'm married. I'm pregnant. And I don't know anything about the man I apparently sleep next to every night. Eli returned with the tea and a hesitant smile, like I might throw it at him. Honestly, if it weren't for my own confused reflection staring at me from the mirror across the room, I would have believed this was a cruel prank. Thanks, I muttered, taking the mug. Then I looked at him. Really looked. He was handsome in that annoyingly effortless way. A strong jawline. Faint stubble. Warm brown eyes that held so much. Familiarity. Too bad my brain had no interest in playing along. So I said, sipping the tea and trying to sound casual, how did we meet? His eyes brightened a little. At your friend Tasha's birthday party. You thought I was the waiter and asked me for a refill. I told you I wasn't staff, and you rolled your eyes and told me to get over myself. I fell in love immediately. Sounds like me, I muttered. And we started dating after that? Not right away. You ignored my texts for a month. Still on brand. But I kept showing up at your favorite coffee shop, your yoga class, stalker behavior. I prefer to call it persistent romance, he said, grinning. I studied him. You really know me. I really love you. That did it. That one sentence cracked something open inside me, like someone had dropped a marble through a glass jar. I'm scared, I admitted. Everything. It feels like someone hit fast forward on my life while I was asleep. I know, he said softly. And I can't imagine how terrifying that must feel. But you're not alone, Ava. I'll help you remember. I'll be right here. I didn't trust him. Not yet. But I trusted the tea. And the way he hadn't freaked out when I basically called him a stranger and accused him of gaslighting me. Still, I needed answers. Cold, hard facts. Proof. So, I said, clearing my throat, do we have? I don't know. Wedding photos? Videos? A marriage certificate? Please tell me I didn't elope in Vegas. He chuckled and reached for his phone. We have everything, Mrs. Carter. And trust me, you planned every detail. Mrs. Carter. The name sounded foreign. Fancy. Like someone I hadn't met yet. Maybe that's exactly who I was now. Someone I hadn't met yet. Chapter 3. There are few things more unsettling than watching a video of yourself crying happy tears over a man you don't remember meeting. Especially while very pregnant. Eli sat beside me on the couch, handing me tissues as I sniffled my way through what was apparently our wedding video. There I was on the screen, smiling, radiant, in a dress I couldn't recall ever picking, telling Eli, with complete conviction, that he was the love of my life. I looked so happy, so assured. I didn't feel sure now. I felt like a confused marshmallow in human form. How is it possible I lived all this and remember none of it? I asked, rubbing my temples. Eli looked thoughtful. Maybe it's stress? Or trauma? Could be amnesia. Should I call a doctor? I'm sitting here watching my own wedding and I don't even recognize the cake. It was lemon with raspberry filling. You were obsessed with it. You taste tested like 17 samples. I blinked. That does sound like something I'd do. Exactly. He reached for my hand, then paused like he was waiting for permission. I didn't stop him. His fingers wrapped gently around mine, warm and familiar. I know this is insane, he said, voice low, but maybe this is a chance to fall in love all over again. No pressure. Just start fresh. I stared at our intertwined hands. Married. Pregnant. 2 years into a life I couldn't remember living. How far along am I? I asked, rubbing my belly. 30 weeks. You've been nesting like crazy, folding tiny socks, organizing diapers by brand, talking to the baby in weird accents. I gave him a flat look. Weird accents? You did an entire bedtime story as a pirate last week. Oh my God. He grinned. You named the baby Butterbean until we settled on an actual name. My heart did a little somersault. What did we settle on? He hesitated, then said softly, we decided not to tell anyone until she's born. She. Eli nodded, his expression melting into something soft and proud. We're having a girl. The words hit me like a warm wave. A daughter. A tiny human that came from me. From us. From a love story I apparently lived but now had to relearn. I leaned back against the cushions, trying to process it all. Okay, I said slowly. Let's say I believe you. Let's say this is my life, and I'm married and 7 months pregnant. What now? Eli smiled. Now? We take it one day at a time. I sighed. Okay, but first, I need to pee. He chuckled, helping me off the couch like I was made of glass. Oh, I added over my shoulder, and if I start remembering stuff, promise me the pirate accent bedtime stories never happened. No promises, Butterbean. Chapter 4. After the emotional roller coaster of discovering I was married, pregnant, and a former pirate bedtime performer, Eli suggested I get some rest. Naturally, I ignored him and did what any rational, emotionally compromised woman who woke up in the future would do. I went snooping. The bedroom was cozy. The walls were painted a warm sage green, and fairy lights twinkled above the headboard like a Pinterest dream board had come to life. There were photos of me and Eli everywhere, laughing in a park, kissing under fireworks, dancing barefoot in what looked suspiciously like a kitchen. There was even one of us holding a sonogram photo. me pointing dramatically at my belly while Eli looked proud and slightly terrified, but the real shock was in the closet. I opened the double doors expecting maybe a few maternity leggings and some oversized sweaters. Instead, I stepped into what could only be described as a grown woman's fashion evolution. My old wardrobe had been 90% graphic tees, mismatched socks, and impulse bought jeans. This closet? This closet belonged to someone who read Vogue for fun. There were structured blazers, silky blouses, flowy dresses, and even, I kid you not, a pair of heels with rhinestones on the straps. I hadn't worn heels since my cousin's wedding 5 years ago, and even then I took them off after 10 minutes and danced barefoot by the buffet table, but apparently future me was stylish, organized, and judging by the neatly labeled storage boxes. A label maker enthusiast. Who is this woman? I muttered, holding up a cream sweater that still had the tag on. You wore that on our anniversary dinner, Eli said from the doorway, his arms folded and a soft smile playing on his lips. You cried because the restaurant served heart-shaped bread. That tracks. He stepped closer, hands in his pockets. You really don't remember any of this? No, I said quietly. But I want to. I think. I mean, if this is who I became, she's kind of impressive. And scary organized. You made a spreadsheet for baby names, he confirmed. Complete with rankings, meanings, and color-coded categories. Oh God, I am terrifying. Eli laughed. It was warm, familiar, and painfully attractive. I miss you, he said simply. That pulled at something inside me, a string tied between the woman I used to be and the woman I apparently became. I didn't remember being his, but he remembered all of me. Well, I said, folding my arms, until I remember you, I reserve the right to interrogate you like a nosy aunt at Christmas dinner. He raised an eyebrow. Interrogate away. Okay, first question. What's my guilty pleasure snack? Cheddar popcorn dipped in Nutella. That's disgusting. You say that every time and then eat a whole bowl. I blinked. Oh no. Maybe I have changed. He laughed again, and I caught a flash of the life I was missing. Easy, domestic, real. Maybe I didn't know this version of myself yet, but maybe. I was starting to want to. Chapter 5, I woke up to the smell of something. Burnt, which was alarming, because I don't cook. Or didn't. Or maybe I suddenly became a gourmet chef in the last 2 years, but considering my last known culinary achievement was microwaving cereal, don't ask, I was skeptical. I waddled. Yes, waddled. The betrayal. Into the kitchen and found Eli standing at the stove, shirtless, flipping something that might once have been pancakes. He looked unfairly good doing it, too. Tousled bed hair, pajama pants hanging low on his hips, a confident smirk like he knew he was hot husband material. Oh no, I said, pointing at the stove. What is that? He grinned. Your favorite banana pancakes. With chocolate chips. I stared. That looks like a flattened tire. Rude. It's a rustic aesthetic. It's a hazard. He wiggled the spatula in my direction. You used to beg me to make these. Said they fixed your mood better than therapy. Well, I'm a different woman now. One who fears for her taste buds. Still, when he handed me a plate with the least crispy one and a side of maple syrup, I took it. And when I bit into it, my eyes widened. This is actually good. I mumbled through a mouthful. I'm sorry. Could you say that louder for the people in the back? No one's in the back. Just say it. I sighed. You were right. The pancake is good. Happy? Ecstatic. I rolled my eyes and turned toward the fridge to grab juice and froze mid-stepped. A sharp pain squeezed my lower abdomen like a cramp, but meaner. Stronger. Like my insides had decided to wring themselves out like wet laundry. I gasped. Eli was beside me in seconds. What? What is it? Is it the baby? Are you going into labor? Should I grab the hospital bag? Should I boil water? Why do people boil water in movies? I clutched my side and leaned on the counter. It stopped. Oh my God, that was terrifying. Eli gently placed a hand on my belly. Braxton Hicks? Braxton what now? False contractions. They freaked you out the first time too. You called your OB and made her talk to you for 40 minutes just to be sure. Oh good, I muttered. So I'm a dramatic hypochondriac and a fashionista now. Wonderful. Eli chuckled and helped me sit at the table. He poured me a glass of juice, kissed my forehead before I could protest, and sat down across from me like it was the most natural thing in the world. I looked at him. At the man who knew how I liked my pancakes, who didn't flinch when I screamed about fake contractions, who could apparently recite my entire baby prep routine like it was a bedtime story. He was a stranger who felt like home. "I still think you could be a con artist," I muttered, sipping my juice. He raised a brow. "Would a con artist willingly watch 16 episodes of your favorite reality dating show and cry during the proposal scene?" I narrowed my eyes. "You cried? Don't tell anyone." "Too late. I'm telling future me." His smile was slow and hopeful. "Can't wait to meet her again." Chapter 6. I had never felt so betrayed by a chair in my life. The doctor's office had these small, stiff seats that looked harmless until I tried to sit down and realized my belly had developed a mind of its own. I flopped, grunted, and wiggled like a turtle on its back, while Eli stood awkwardly, torn between helping me and pretending he didn't know me. "This is it," I muttered. "This is how I go." Trapped in a folding chair and forgotten by society. Eli cleared his throat. "You good there, turtle? Don't make me throw my maternity bra at you. Bold of you to assume I'd be scared." I was about to fire back something very creative and mildly threatening when the nurse called my name, well, our name. Apparently, future me had taken Eli's last name, which was weirdly romantic and slightly suspicious. The checkup room was painted a calming shade of beige. There were pastel posters of babies on the walls and a very cold-looking ultrasound machine in the corner. I immediately felt 10% more nervous and 90% more ready to pee again. The doctor, a kind-eyed woman named Dr. Avila, smiled warmly. "Ava and Eli, good to see you both." I blinked. "You know me?" She gave a gentle laugh. "Of course. I've been your OB-GYN since you found out you were expecting. You cried at the first ultrasound and made me promise not to tell anyone you named the baby Butterbean." I groaned. "That Butterbean thing really stuck, huh?" Eli smirked. "Told you." The appointment went smoothly, until the ultrasound. I'd never seen one in person. Dr. Avila squeezed warm gel on my belly and began to slide the probe over my skin. The room fell silent for a second, and then whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The sound of a heartbeat filled the room. Fast. Steady. Alive. My heart squeezed. On the screen, a little head. A tiny spine. Little limbs. A whole person. My daughter. I watched in stunned silence as she stretched an arm, like she was waving hello from inside her comfy waterbed. I didn't realize I was crying until Eli passed me a tissue. "Again, you okay?" he asked softly. I nodded, unable to speak. My voice would have come out in a squeak anyway, because for the first time since waking up in this insane reality, something inside me clicked. This was real. This baby, my baby, was real. Even if I didn't remember how I got here, I couldn't deny what I felt. There was love blooming in my chest. Unfamiliar and overwhelming, but deep. Powerful. Dr. Avila printed out the ultrasound picture and handed it to me. I stared at it like it was a magic scroll. "She's got your nose," Eli whispered. I glanced at him. His eyes weren't just warm, they were full. Like he was in awe of something fragile and precious. Maybe I didn't remember loving him, but I could see why I had. Chapter 7. I had never thought much about pickles. They were just there. In the jar. Occasionally featured on sandwiches, but not something I would have ever sought out in the middle of the night. That was until today. I had been staring at the fridge for the last 5 minutes, completely zoned out, when I caught sight of a jar of pickles on the top shelf. And then, crash, the craving hit me like a freight train. I needed them. Now, I made a beeline for the fridge, shoving aside everything in my path, determined to conquer my pickle destiny. "Are you sure this is a good idea?" Eli asked from behind me. "Pickles at 10 a.m.? Shut up. It's a craving." "It's the baby talking," I replied, wincing as I bent to grab the jar, my belly clearly protesting the effort. "Maybe you should sit down first?" "I think you're making the baby dizzy." I ignored him, finally grasping the jar with my shaky hands. I twisted the lid off and was immediately hit by the sharp smell of vinegar. I didn't care. This was the moment. I grabbed a pickle, took a bite, and bliss. This is everything, I sighed dramatically. Eli crossed his arms, leaning against the door frame with a mix of amusement and concern. You sure you're okay? Don't judge me, I said around a mouthful, though my tone was anything but threatening. You don't understand the power of cravings. He chuckled. No, I think I get it. The look on your face when you bit into that pickle says everything I need to know. I could eat a whole jar. You've eaten 4 already. I shot him a look. You're no fun. Just as I reached for my 5th pickle, the world decided to throw a curveball. I felt a sudden wave of dizziness, and before I could even process it, I stumbled and nearly crashed into the kitchen table. Oh my God, Ava. Eli shouted, rushing to my side just as I teetered dangerously. I'm fine, I said quickly, feeling my face flush with embarrassment. But as soon as I straightened, another dizzy wave hit me, and I swayed again. No, you're not, Eli said firmly, his arms going around me to steady me. You're sitting down right now. You're not fooling anyone. I let him guide me to a chair, reluctantly plopping down as he knelt beside me. Maybe I should call your doctor, he said, already pulling out his phone. I'm fine. It's just a little dizziness, maybe from standing too long or the pickle high. I'll be okay. Okay, he said slowly, still not convinced, but you're still taking it easy for the rest of the day. I rolled my eyes, but I didn't argue. My pride was definitely bruised, but the part of me that still felt completely overwhelmed by the pregnancy was relieved to be taken care of, really taken care of. Thanks, I muttered, my heart warming as he fussed over me. Eli stood, kissed my forehead with a tenderness that made everything feel right. I got you. Always. We sat there for a moment, the silence between us comfortable. He handed me another pickle, and this time I accepted it without protest. As I bit into it, the feeling of being taken care of was something I hadn't realized I needed this much. Maybe I didn't remember the 2 of us together before today, but whatever this was home. Chapter 8. It was one of those mornings when everything felt off kilter. I had just discovered that my favorite coffee mug had mysteriously disappeared. Eli swore he hadn't seen it, and now, to top it all off, I couldn't find my wedding ring, you know, the one that signified I was married to a man I couldn't remember. But who seemed to know everything about me? I was standing in the bathroom, staring at the sink, hoping it would somehow cough it up like an uncooperative vending machine, when Eli walked in, looking way too calm for someone who was about to be dragged into a ring hunt. Looking for this? He asked, holding up the missing ring between his thumb and forefinger, his smirk both playful and a little too knowing. I blinked at him, stunned. You took it? He shrugged, still smirking. You took it off in your sleep last night. I figured it was just easier to put it somewhere safe. I narrowed my eyes at him. You didn't think to mention that? It's been hours. I didn't want to make you more stressed, he said, walking over and holding it out to me. I know you have a lot going on already. The moment he said that, a jolt of something warm spread through me. He knew me. He was looking out for me in a way that was gentle, thoughtful. I reached for the ring, feeling the cool metal between my fingers, but before I could slide it back onto my finger, a wave of confusion hit me. I don't remember wearing it this morning, I admitted softly, turning the ring over in my hand. Eli's gaze softened. You don't remember putting it on every day, but you've always worn it. It's always been a part of you. I wish I could remember, I murmured, frustrated. I wish I could remember us. He stepped closer, dropping to one knee in front of me. My heart skipped a beat, and before I could stop myself, a soft laugh escaped my lips. What are you doing? Trying to propose again. He smiled, his eyes full of something I couldn't name, affection, maybe. Just letting you know, this ring wasn't just for the wedding day. It's for all the days after. The ones we don't even remember, but I never stopped loving you. I'm here. I swallowed hard, fighting the lump that formed in my throat. His words weren't just a promise for the future, they were a quiet acknowledgement of the past I couldn't access, but still felt. It was all too much, too fast, and yet, it was exactly what I needed. I'm sorry, I whispered. I don't know what's going on. Everything's so overwhelming. I don't even remember choosing this ring. You didn't choose it, he said softly. I did. I froze. You chose it for me? Yeah. The minute I saw it, I knew it was you. Simple, elegant, a little unconventional. Tears welled up in my eyes as I stared at him, really stared at him. And you've been wearing the memory of us this whole time. You didn't forget. He didn't hesitate. I could never. I slid the ring back onto my finger, the cool metal somehow feeling warmer now. Maybe I'm not remembering it all, but I'm starting to believe you when you say we're in this together. Eli kissed my hand gently, his eyes full of promise and certainty. Always. And for the first time since waking up in this bewildering new reality, I felt a flicker of hope. I didn't need to remember everything. I didn't need all the details, because whatever this was, we had it. Chapter 9. There are few things in life as high stakes as naming a child. Sure, we could argue about big stuff, life plans, career choices, even where to live, but the baby's name? That was a battleground. And right now, we were in the thick of it. I sat on the couch, my feet propped up on a pillow, looking at the list of baby names Eli had printed out with a mix of disbelief and mild horror. You cannot be serious, I said slowly, pointing at the first name on the list. Apple? You want to name our daughter Apple? Eli crossed his arms and looked entirely too pleased with himself. It's unique. It's fresh. It's an apple of my eye, after all. I rubbed my temples. We are not naming our child after a fruit. Do you want her to be the punchline of every joke? First off, the name Apple is adorable, he insisted, leaning in. Second, it's not a fruit. She'd be the only apple in her class, and that would make her special. I stared at him. That's a terrible argument. He smiled, completely unbothered. Fine. What do you propose? I held up my phone, tapping through my own list. How about Lily? Lily? He frowned. Too common. Too basic. It's classic. Sounds like a nice girl who bakes cookies and sings with birds in the yard. I want our daughter to be bold. Powerful. I raised an eyebrow. Bold and powerful, huh? So, what's your next pick? Rambo? Better. Raven, he said seriously. I choked on my breath. Raven? As in, like, the bird? Or the dark, mysterious goth vibe? He nodded. Exactly. Raven is strong, independent, and it has that edge to it. Please. We're naming a child, not an evil villain. Eli smirked, clearly enjoying the debate. Well, I'm not naming her Lily just so she can grow up to be a suburban mom who can't decide between oat milk and almond milk. I like oat milk, I muttered, irritated by the unfair blow to my favorite non-dairy beverage. You're avoiding the point. I'm not. I'm just saying, Lily has class and simplicity. Our daughter doesn't need to sound like a superhero from a goth comic book. His eyes twinkled. But she could be. Can't you just imagine little Raven flying through the playground, ruling the world? I rubbed my temples again. This is ridiculous. We can't name our kid after a bird and expect her to have a normal life. Oh, please, Eli shot back. You were the one talking about Butterbean 2 days ago. I flinched, remembering my earlier admission of how much I loved the nickname. That was before I realized how serious you were about this. He grinned. Exactly. I'm just trying to expand your mind. Think of the possibilities with a name like Raven. I paused, biting my lip as I thought about it. It is kinda cool. I mean, it's unique. And bold. And not Apple. Exactly. He raised a victorious eyebrow. I knew you'd come around. I sighed dramatically, shaking my head. I'm not coming around. This is an ongoing negotiation. He winked. I'll take that as a win for Team Raven. Fine, you get Raven. But if she hates it, you're taking full responsibility. I'm good with that. I shot him a glare, but felt a small smile tug at the corner of my lips. Despite how ridiculous this all felt, one thing was clear. We were in this together, working through everything, even the impossible baby name decisions. And no matter what we decided on, this little person would have a name picked with love. Chapter 10. The baby shower was meant to be a fun event, filled with cute decorations, pink ribbons, and a mountain of gifts. But all I could think about was how unprepared I felt. Sure, Eli and I had everything ready in theory. The nursery was set up, Thanks to his overzealous attempts to pick out every single baby item he could find, we had the baby clothes, diapers, and even a set of adorable onesies. But something about today made everything feel too real. I stared at myself in the mirror, my fingers tracing the curve of my belly. It had grown so much in the past few weeks, and while that should have felt exciting, it only left me feeling vulnerable. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready to be someone's mother. You okay in there? Eli's voice floated through the door, soft and warmed. I took a deep breath. Yeah, I'll be out in a second. He knocked softly. I know you're freaking out. You don't have to pretend everything's fine. I swallowed hard, blinking rapidly to stop the tears from coming. I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, you're going to be an amazing mom, he said, his voice steady and confident. You don't have to have all the answers right now. I laughed bitterly. That's the problem. I'm supposed to have all the answers. I'm supposed to know what to do. But I don't. There was silence for a beat before the door opened slightly. Can I come in? I nodded, wiping at my eyes. Eli stepped inside, a gentle smile on his face as he approached me. His hand rested lightly on my shoulder. You know, I'm terrified too, he said, his voice quiet. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I can't promise everything will be perfect, but I can promise I'll be here every step of the way. And we'll figure it out. Together. I looked up at him, feeling the weight of his words. He wasn't saying he had all the answers. He was saying we'd figure it out together. That was all I really needed to hear. He cupped my face in his hands, wiping away the stray tear that had fallen down my cheek. You've got this. And I've got you. I exhaled a shaky breath and nodded. I'm scared, Eli. What if I mess this up? What if I'm not a good mom? You're already a good mom, he said firmly. And if you ever doubt that, I'll remind you. I leaned into his touch, feeling the calm that came with his presence. I don't know if I can do this. You don't have to do it alone. You've got me. We've got this. I closed my eyes for a moment, letting his words wash over me. The fear didn't disappear, but the weight of it was a little lighter, knowing I wasn't in it alone. We should probably get out there before your mom starts sending out search parties, Eli joked, nudging me gently. I chuckled, the tension in my shoulders easing. Yeah, let's go. I'm sure the chaos will help take my mind off things. Eli smiled, his hand on the small of my back as he guided me out of the room. As we stepped into the living room, I saw our family and friends gathered around, laughing and chatting. They were all so excited. And I was starting to realize that maybe it wasn't about being perfect. It was about showing up and doing the best we could. I wasn't alone in this, and maybe that was enough. Chapter 11, the contractions hit like waves. At first, they were gentle, like a low rumble in the back of my mind, but soon enough, they became something I couldn't ignore. It was 2 a.m., and I was wide awake, gripping the edge of the bed as a sharp, agonizing pain shot through my body. I took a deep breath, trying to steady myself. But the wave only intensified. Eli, I gasped, voice trembling. Eli. He was instantly awake, pulling himself up from the bed and flicking on the bedside lamp. His eyes were wide, panicked. Ava? What's wrong? I think it's time, I panted, clutching my belly. The contractions, they're starting. Eli sprang into action, his face a mask of focus as he reached for his phone. Okay, just breathe. We're going to get you to the hospital. Just breathe, babe. I nodded, trying to focus on the sound of his voice. But each contraction felt like my body was being torn in two. I leaned forward, feeling the sweat starting to bead on my forehead. Just breathe. Ava, Eli said again, kneeling beside me and holding my hand. In and out. We've got this. I've got you. I closed my eyes and did my best to follow his instructions, but the pain was overwhelming. It was hard to focus on anything except the next wave crashing over me. Eli, I don't think I can do this, I whispered through gritted teeth. Yes, you can, he said, his voice steady, unwavering. You're so strong. We're almost there. I'm here. I'll never leave you. I felt a tear slip down my cheek. I'm scared. What if something goes wrong? His thumb gently wiped away my tear, his eyes soft with empathy. It's okay to be scared. I'm scared too, but we've prepared for this. And we're going to be okay. You're not alone. We're in this together. With every word he spoke, I felt a little more grounded. The pain was still excruciating, but his presence was a steady anchor in the storm. He didn't try to fix me or tell me to be brave. He just let me feel it, feel everything without trying to take away the fear. And that made all the difference. Minutes later, we were in the car, driving to the hospital with Eli holding my hand tightly. I leaned my head against the cool window, breathing in slow, steady breaths as the contractions came faster. "Remember our deal," Eli said, his voice calm despite the tension in his eyes. "When the baby comes, we'll name her Raven, right?" I laughed weakly, squeezing his hand. "You're not letting that go, are you?" "Not for a second," he replied with a wink, and just like that, the tension eased for a moment. Even though the pain was unbearable, the simple act of him being there, making me laugh, kept me going. I wasn't in this alone. And that was all I needed to know. As we pulled up to the hospital, I could feel the overwhelming reality of what was happening, the moment that had been building for months, that was now upon us. The next chapter of our lives was about to begin. Eli's hand didn't leave mine as he helped me out of the car and guided me into the hospital, his eyes locked on mine with nothing but love and determination. I knew in that moment that whatever came next, no matter how hard or painful, I had everything I needed. I had Eli, and somehow, that made everything feel like it was going to be okay. Chapter 12, the pain was a distant roar now, fading with every breath, every push. The world had narrowed down to a single point, the sound of my heart, the steady rhythm of Eli's voice, and the frantic beeping of monitors around me. I clutched Eli's hand tightly, the sweat on my forehead mingling with the tears that wouldn't stop falling. But this time, they weren't tears of fear. They were tears of something new. Something I couldn't quite explain. I looked at Eli, who was right beside me, his face flushed with worry, but there was something else in his eyes. Something fierce, something unwavering. "You're doing amazing, Ava," he whispered, his voice steady despite the anxiety that danced around the edges. "I'm so proud of you." I nodded, trying to steady my breathing. I can't do it anymore," I gasped. He leaned closer, pressing a soft kiss to my forehead. "Yes, you can. Just one more, babe. We're almost there. I'm right here." I nodded again, feeling the next wave of contractions building up. My body was no longer my own, moving with a force that I had no control over. But I wasn't alone. I had Eli. I took a deep breath and pushed with everything I had, fighting the exhaustion that threatened to pull me under. "You're so close," the doctor said, her voice encouraging but firm. "Just one more, Ava. You've got this." And then, in the space between breaths, it happened. The world shifted. There was a final push, a moment of pain, and then silence. A sudden, overwhelming silence. The kind that filled the room with an energy all its own. I held my breath, waiting for the sound that would change everything. And then it came. A tiny cry, soft but powerful, filled the room, and with it, something inside me broke open. Tears streamed down my face as the nurse placed our baby, our daughter, on my chest, her tiny, squirming form so warm, so perfect. I looked at her, my breath catching in my throat. "Hey, Raven," I whispered, smiling through my tears. "Welcome to the world." Eli's voice cracked as he said, "She's perfect." He was right. She was perfect. I could feel the weight of the last few months lifting off my shoulders. The fear, the uncertainty, the anxiety, it all melted away in that one moment. All that mattered was the little person in my arms and the man beside me. I felt Eli's hand gently resting on my shoulder, his breath soft against my ear. "We did it," he whispered. "We did it together." I smiled, feeling something that I didn't have the words for. The overwhelming love, the complete sense of peace, and the pure joy that filled my chest until it was overflowing. We had our baby, and we were ready for the next chapter. Epilogue, the beginning of Forever. It's funny how life has a way of surprising you. One moment, you're terrified, wondering how you're going to make it through the next chapter. And the next, you're holding a tiny, perfect human in your arms, and suddenly, everything falls into place. The first few weeks with Raven were a blur. There were moments of overwhelming joy, but also exhaustion, doubt, and the kind of love that makes everything feel worth it. But through it all, Eli was my constant. He was there for every late-night feed, every diaper change, every tear, mostly mine. And in those quiet, still moments, I couldn't help but feel like we were exactly where we were meant to be. As I sat in the nursery one evening, holding Raven in my arms while Eli gently rocked us back and forth, I couldn't stop smiling. She was asleep, her tiny chest rising and falling with each breath, and all I could think was how much she had already changed our world. "She's beautiful, Eli," I whispered, running my fingers through Raven's soft hair. "I can't believe she's ours." Eli pressed a kiss to my forehead, his eyes soft. "I can't believe it either. She's everything we've ever wanted." I glanced up at him, a small laugh escaping my lips. "Do you still think the name Raven was a good idea?" Eli smiled, his gaze softening as he looked at our daughter. "Absolutely. It fits her perfectly." I shook my head with a smile, my heart swelling with love. "She's going to be something special, isn't she?" "Already is," he said, his voice filled with awe. "We both are." And in that moment, I knew that no matter what came next, we were ready. We had our family. We had each other. And as we navigated this wild, messy, beautiful thing called parenthood, there was no one I'd rather do it with than Eli. We were just beginning, and the future felt incredibly bright. The end.